So okay guys, in the previous video we have constructed a SQL query, and if that is false query then we got the default response. If this is the true query we got the some different response like welcome back message as in the previous videos. But what if we did not get any message? So in that case what we are going to do is we need to trigger some errors like divide by 0. So whenever this operation is being performed, we database raise an error, and of course the web application sends a 500 request, that is saying that it is some sort of server side error. So that means we can indicate that whenever there is an error, our SQL query became true. So here we will be using the case when. So this is similar to the if loop in the normal programming languages. Case, this is a condition. When this condition is true, then execute this one, and if condition is false, else execute this one. So in the first case 1 is equals to 2, which is false, so that's why we do not raise an error. Instead we will just return this a, and in the next case we make the true condition and then executes the 1 by 0, which is division by 0 and error. So that's how you trigger an error, and you can see whether this condition is true or false. So now let's go ahead and do the lab. So this is the lab. I have already accessed the lab. Okay, now let's capture the request, send to repeater. So here we already know that the cookie tracking ID have the SQL injection. So here this is the Oracle database and we need to concat this one. So this is some special concat operator. You can say select. We already know that it is a Oracle database. Let me check it is not, or whether it is Oracle or like MySQL type, and we need to concat this like space. We don't need to put the space, instead you need to concat the strings. Select null from dual and click on send. So now we can see the response 200. Okay, that means this query we did not put the case condition, we put normal select statement and we got the true response. So that means the dual table exists. So let's say dual 2 and we got the error. Okay, that means this is the Oracle type database. Okay, first we need to select users. Let's say where row num. So we are limiting the output to the first row, and we are selecting the table users and click on send. Now you can see the response. So now let's change it to user 23 and send. Now you got the error. So that means you can brute force the tables like this, send to intruder, and you can put the placeholder here and brute force the tables. Okay, we know that users table, and here I tried to brute force the column names, but I am getting so many weird responses. I am getting always a server error. So now we assume that there is a username and the password column. Okay, now where username is administrator. Okay, here what we need to do is we need to raise the error if select case when true, then execute 1 by 0. So that means whenever this is true, raise an error, else do nothing, and from users where username is administrator. So if this query has the username administrator, then only this condition gets executed. 1 is equals to 1, and of course 1 is equal to 1 is true, then we get this error 1 by 0. Now if you send this, you will get this internal server error. Now if I change it to administrator 2, no, we still got the same error. So that means we did something wrong. Okay, let me remove this one. let me put the null, and now let me change this one. Okay, now you see normal response. So that means this administrator does not exist. Let's say administrator and send this. So we got the same response. So we need to put the case. Select case 1 when 1 is equals to 1, then execute 1 by 0. So okay, let me go to this Oracle 1 by 0. And I forgot there is a cheat sheet for this. So okay, let me see where I am going wrong. Let me see the syntax for this, where we are doing correct or not. Oracle, my condition, toChar. So okay, here we are doing wrong. So we need to put the toChar function. I'm sorry for that. So you can use this SQL injection cheat sheet to perform the SQL injections. toChar of 1 by 0 else. So now we should get some error. Okay, because this has been executed and then 1 by 0. Let's say administrator 2. Now we got the normal response. So the administrator user is there. Now we need to brute force the passwords, right? So what you can do is you can say substring. First we need to find the length of the password, right? We can use the max of length of password. So first it will fetch the password length, and then it will select the maximum length, and then this should be equal to, let's say, 1, and send this. So 200. Okay, that means our error did not execute, and then of course this is false. So now let's send to intruder, clear all positions, and then here put the placeholder, add this one. Now I am going to generate few sequence of numbers. So I am testing the length of the password up to 30. Copy this, click on payloads, paste, and now start attack. So the default is 200 status and the length is 5022. So we need to get the 500 status, right? So double click on the status to sort according to the descending order. So we are checking 15, 16 up to now, there is no error. So whenever there is an error, that means our statement has been true. So you can see the 20, we triggered an error. So that means maximum length of the password is 20. So you can stop this. Go to repeater. Let's check that 20 and send this. We should get an error. So maximum length of the password is 20. Now what we are going to do is we need to say substring of password, first one, whether it should be A or not. So let's send this. So we got normal 200 response. So that means this is the wrong. Let me try with B. So it did not get. So that means we need to brute force this one and send to intruder. Clear all positions. Now you need to put a placeholder here and then here. So we need to loop this one password comma up to 1 to 20, and then this to A to Z and the numbers. So you can now start set the payloads, configure all these payloads, change it to cluster bomb, and then select these payloads, etc. This is community edition, and that's why I cannot set increase the number of threads. So it will take so much time. to brute force a 20 length password. So that's why I'm going to write the Python script. So let me delete this. Now let me get the cookie. This is the cookie, right? You can also normally get the URL and then you can perform on this cookie given to this Python script. So you can do anyway. So final cookie is cookie press. So what we need to do is we need to copy this one. So where is this? So now you can see this is my cookie. So this is the SQL query. So we need to brute force this one. So I'm putting a placeholder there, and we need to brute force this one. So we need to loop from 1 to 20, and this is from A to Z and the numbers. So I can say okay, first I have the letters list, lowercase, and the numbers. You can also put the uppercase, but I know that there is no uppercase in the password. For I in range of 1 to 20, and then for J in letters, each letter what we are going to do is we are creating a cookie, and then first we need to fill these positions, right? Password of 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, etc. up to 20, 1. So that means dot format of first one is I and second one is J. So J means the every letter in the letters list. So we have constructed our cookie. So one more thing you need to do is we need to say full cookie. We need to pass this in the JSON format. Tracking, it's a simple list in the Python. Tracking ID, you need to say final cookie. So this is the full cookie. Now I can say temp is request dot get off URL comma cookies is equals to this full cookie. So I'm putting this cookie instead of and sending the request. Okay, now how to find the correct password is let's say password is empty string, and then if temp dot status code greater than 499, so that means we get some server error. So that means we trigger this error, so that's why we get the server error, and that means our password is correct, our J is correct in this letter, and password plus is equals to J. Now what I can do is I can just say print trying position with this one. So what position I am trying? I am trying the this ith position with the jth letter, and you can print the password. So after all that, you can finally print the full password. Okay, so let's go and run this. I'm sorry, I have to change the URL. So this is the old URL. So let's go and run this. So it's trying the first position with all these characters. So you can see the first one is I. So let's go and verify this one. We put the I here, and we should get an error, and we got an error. So that means the first position is I. I'm sorry. After checking the first position, what you can do is you can put the break. So it will break out of this loop. Okay, so that will reduce some test conditions. So first one is I. So the second letter is 2. So in that case, you will get all the positions within a few minutes. So guys, now brute force has been completed. Now let's test this password. Copy this password. Let's go to my account. Choose the administrator and the password. So 19th position. Okay, 19. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. 21. So we know that this one is a 19 bytes. So let's just go and brute force the remaining, the last byte. So the last one is J. So let me copy this password and let's go and paste here. So now you can see we have successfully logged in as administrator. So that's how you brute force with the Python. And this burp community edition have only one thread, so that's why I highly recommend to use Python to brute force very fastly. So it will take hours for this one thread to complete. If you have enterprise edition, you can set the threads to like 10 or 20 and you can get some speed. So okay, that's all for this video.